And they're off in the Coolmore Turf Mile. There goes a Tone from the outside. A Tone with Indestructible there down toward the inside. And Stitched and Annapolis. Annapolis moves out in the center of the course. Here's Annapolis with Indestructible, determined to move up and challenge from the inside into the first turn. Stitched will go third. A Tone flanks that one in fourth. And a gap of two, Harlan Estate, a lane off the rail fifth. English B back to the inside sixth. Up to the mark is side by side with Master of the Seas near the back of the pack. 7 lengths off the lead early on. The gap of 2 more lengths back of that pair to Set Piece, who is ninth and last. 23.75 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Indestructible is the leader, 3/4 of a length. Annapolis second on the outside by the same margin. And then comes Stitched in third, 3/4 of a length, followed by a Tone. English B, Harlan Estate, Master of the Seas, up to the mark next to last. Set Piece trails. First half mile, 47.31 seconds. Onto the far turn they go. Here's Annapolis drawing alongside of Indestructible. A Tone seeks to join them, has to go toward the center of the course from third position. Stitched is up close, looking toward the inside in fourth. 2 lengths off the front duo. Master of the Seas has come up the rail, up to fifth. Now seeking to change lanes, still 4 lengths from the front. Annapolis, Master of the Seas, is bearing down from behind. Up to the mark is running late behind Master of the Seas. Set Piece down the center of the course. Master of the Seas alongside Annapolis, and up to the mark is coming on. Master of the Seas, up to the mark is there. Master of the Seas, head-bobbing photo. Either Master of the Seas or up to the mark. One of those two in the Coolmore Turf Mile, 134.18.
We started with a tight finish. We end with a tight finish. What a thriller in the Turf Mile.
I can't call the finish. Master of the Seas had a better trip than Up to the Mark. They were side by side turning up the backside. Master of the Seas slipped through on the rail around the turn. Up to the Mark looked beaten at the 3/8 pole. And he tucked in back behind Master of the Seas with the blue silks. Up to the Mark with a white bridle behind him and just slightly outside him. He will duck back in and follow Master of the Seas. Looks like I hear if Master of the Seas finishes out, he's a winner. But Up to the Mark with a white bridle, here he comes flying again, Randy.
Yeah, I think Master of the Seas did finish out, and Up to the Mark just finished a little bit better to draw even with him. Let's see what we think who wins the wire. It's so close. Oh, that is
It's whoever had their head down at the wire, the bob they call it.
Let's see if slow motion looks any better. Look, Master of the Seas didn't break very well, but he's a European. You can probably count on that happening in the Breeders' Cup as well. This is going to be a bob of the heads to the wire. Let's see if we get any more confident watching this.
This
a lot at stake here.
What is great about turf racing, you're right. Master of the Seas already.
Jose Ortiz thinks he's won it.
Is that what the wave of the flag means?
That's what that means.
Pick it up down the stretch one more time. You see Annapolis trying to defend that title, and
white cap.
One in the white cap, a Master of the Seas. We don't have a picture of him right now, but flying down the stretch, was covered in behind horses early, flying home. You don't even have Up to the Mark in the picture.
Right here. Yeah, he had gotten shuffled back at the top of the stretch. Look at this effort.
So when it was that close, did you usually know when you won?
When you're that close to each other, shoulder to shoulder, you usually know. Yes, a rider usually knows who wins.
Well, he looks like he's smiling, but he's also. Do you talk to each other?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So what do you think the conversation is between James Doyle and Ortiz?
Sometimes you save.
Well, sometimes you save. And what saving means is when it's so close neither one knows, they say, let's save. That means let's split the purse. Whoever wins, we'll pull our first and second together and we'll split it evenly.
And you've done that?
I've done that, yeah.
They have not
This could be a dead heat.
But he's still celebrating. Huh? They just put him up. Okay.
They have just posted it. The 5 up to the mark, taking the grade 1. Oh, my goodness. Coolmore Turf Mile. And yes, his celebrations were right. So you called it. He said he knew when he crossed the wire.
Just a really gutsy effort by the horse Up to the Mark, because he's obviously a little rusty, mentally rusty from that layoff. He didn't kick in around the turn like Master of the Seas did, took the worst of it, had to make up more ground in the stretch, and still got out.
No, we know how fast good European milers can finish, what kind of turn of foot they have when they run their race. And it looked like Master of the Seas ran his race for Charlie Appleby, and Up to the Mark had more of a finishing kick than Master of the Seas did.
134.18.
That's actually 0.48 seconds slower than the females ran in the First Lady. So that's interesting.
So this is the 6th career win in 11 starts for Up to the Mark. He gets another Grade 1 victory and secures his spot in the FanDuel Mile. An impressive victory. Todd Pletcher has always said that it's his closing kick that he finds to be the best part about him. And off of that layoff, for him to show it as well, impressive. 2-1 on your winner, 6-5 on Master of Seas. You couldn't separate much on the wire, and I don't think coming to the Breeders' Cup Mile you'll be able to separate much.